ABC7's special presentation of Just Like Me, brought to you by Mancini Sleep World.
ABC7 is proud to bring you the inspirational stories of families once in crisis, now full of relief and hope, with the Taylor Family Foundation's help in our special program, Just Like Me.
The second we get in, they put her in a bed, take me away, and tell me that they're 99% sure it was cancer.
You're healthy now?
Yes.
And are you happy that you're healthy?
Yes.
Nobody can prepare you for being told your daughter has a brain tumor.
Now, which arm are you serving better with now?
This one, my right.
The one that doesn't work so well. That's amazing.
Rare diseases were something that just like happened to someone else.
By my early teenage years, I would be in a wheelchair full time. I was kind of like, but my sweet 16.
The fact that there's this whole organization that dedicates themselves to helping people with diseases and chronic illnesses and things like that, this is amazing.
I'm here at Camp Arroyo, where 3,000 kids come every year living with life-threatening illnesses or life-altering conditions, and here they can be with other kids who are just like them. The Taylor Family Foundation makes it happen, but they do so much more.
Can you say thank you, Taylor Family?
Thank you, Taylor Family.
What flavors?
I want all flavors. You want to pick them out? One of the things that I love about Camp Arroyo and the Taylor Family Foundation is that you do camp, but you do much more than camp.
We do camp, and we run about 3,000 kids a year through here, and it's fabulous, you know, and they come and they get to just be their own person and not defined by their illnesses. But then they go home and they have all these other situations. We have this urgent need program, and when families are really in a state of crisis and just don't know where to turn, we really work with these families to help them through these times of crisis that they couldn't get through. So Izzy is one of our Urgent Fund girls who has a very rare condition. Progressively, her ability to do things is going to drop off.
It will get worse, so eventually I will have to be in a wheelchair full time. Eventually I may not be able to write. Eventually I might not be able to talk. You know, all this stuff could go wrong.
Whoops! Darn it. What happened?
I don't know.
Okay,
I am dealing with Friedreich's ataxia.
Izzy's family calls it FA for short, a rare progressive neuromuscular disease.
The main problems are loss of coordination and balance, fatigue. She can't walk without assistance anymore. That was probably the hardest thing for me to see.
I either crawl or I kind of lean on things, or I butt scooch. My mom helps me, or I just kind of flop around.
FA is an inherited disease. Izzy's mom and dad both carry the gene. Her 8-year-old brother Owen has it too, but his symptoms are slight for now.
How could that happen? How could the universe do that to us? 2 out of 2, you know. FA is so rare. There's no one in our town with FA.
A family friend familiar with the Taylor Family Foundation suggested the Penstons reach out for a bit of support.
To watch these parents from the outside, all you want to do is get in front of them and help them and cushion the fall and reach out to them and see if they've really spoken to everyone or see if they have everything they need.
Angie and I met one day and had a cup of coffee, and I told her all about Izzy and Owen. She said, anytime you just need anything. A lot of our families have rare diseases, and sometimes you have to travel to go to a doctor or something. She says, we could help you with that.
And that's exactly what the Taylor Family Foundation did. Help the Penston family travel to Philadelphia to take part in an FA symposium to learn more about the disease and be with others just like them.
It was really important to see other families and other people in person who are dealing with the same thing.
Now we know we're not like alone in this battle.
I can't imagine being that family and having no one to reach out to. And by going there, not only did the kids get to meet kids like themselves, just like me, the parents got to just get a plethora of information on how they're going to manage.
It was a great trip, and we probably would not have gone if they hadn't helped us, pay our way. Right now, Izzy is still able, with assistance, to walk up and down the steps, but it's getting harder. You're going to scooch? There will be a time in our near future where we will need to either install a ramp or some kind of lift. The Taylor Family Foundation has graciously told us that they would help us pay to make home modifications when that time came. And that was a huge deal for me, because I was already thinking, how are we gonna pay for this?
Ready, Freddie?
Knowing that we do have more support now than just our immediate family, that's really good. It's nice to just have someone that can help you when you need it.
As a parent of kids who are sick, and knowing what that entails and how much worry and stress that can put on your family, the fact that there is an organization out there that can take some of that stress off of you, it's huge. Some days are easier than others. Sometimes it's day by day, sometimes it's hour by hour, minute by minute. You try to stay in the now, and you try to stay positive, and that's the best we can do.
Kind of hard sometimes, but mostly I can get through it.
It's a family who they have to live in the moment. They have no choice but to live in the moment. We want to do what we can to support them, so if we can help them do that, that's critically important to me.
The next important venture for the Taylor Family Foundation, music therapy, its benefits, and the children it will help. But first,
when you hear, she can't go home, right away we thought, oh my God, what's happening?
And then I started crying, and I was like, Mom, I don't want to do this.
meet a Fremont family who faced a scary situation while far from home. How the Taylor Family Foundation helped ease their fears when our special Just Like Me continues.
It's such an important time that we needed help. They were there for help, to help us.
We've done everything to paying PG&E bills, transportation, rent costs, school books, to making sure that they, Sarah Jones, making sure that they could get her home, to get her to the hospital she needed to be at.
12-year-old Sarah Jones and her family drove from their Fremont home to Texas for a 4th of July celebration in 2012.
She was your typical preteen, and they went on a family vacation, just like all of us go on a family vacation. And she started having some weird symptoms.
We were at a diner having lunch, and then my legs and my right arm started going numb, and I told my mom, and she was all like, well, it's different, but we'll keep an eye on you. It was scary, but I don't remember anything after that.
I could see the side of her face was drooping. Her mouth was drooping. I knew something was wrong. Definitely something was wrong.
Mom and Dad rushed Sarah to the emergency room.
Sarah has a brain tumor, and we didn't know. We just started crying. We didn't know what to do. I literally fell to my knees, and John sat down, and we didn't know what to do at that point, and our minds were just running like crazy, racing. What are we going to do now?
Next thing you know, she's having brain surgery.
Sarah's tumor was the size of an egg sitting on her brain stem. Thankfully, it was not cancerous.
After the surgery, Chris and I were just sitting in the hospital room, and we were Facebooking to let the family know what was going on, and friends.
The posts I was seeing, they were concerning. It was a lot of, please pray for us, and we're doing a scan now, and I thought, uh-oh, something's really wrong here.
The Jones family has worked with the Taylor Family Foundation for years, generously donating money and volunteering at its annual Day in the Park fundraiser.
So Angie reached out to me, and she said, John, how can we help you?
I let Jonathan know that we're here. Do they have a place to stay? Could we help find them a place to stay? We would do all that legwork for them. We didn't want them to worry about it. We just wanted them to focus on Sarah.
What they needed was a safe way to get Sarah back home.
We took everything we had in savings to make this trip work, and it was totally unplanned. We had enough money to get there and to get ourselves back.
We never imagined finding ourselves in this situation where how are we going to get her home?
So Angie was an angel who stepped in.
Angie was an angel, just came out of nowhere, totally unexpected.
The Taylor Family Foundation spent days trying to find a donor with a private plane. When that didn't pan out, they settled for a non-packed, minimal-stop commercial flight.
The doctors approved the flight, and so we were able to pay for their flights home, and then once they touched down at home, we made sure that they had a car to then pick them up from the airport and shuttle them home.
Like you said, she was just an angel. It showed up just at the right time, and it just took a huge weight off my shoulders. It was a relief. All we wanted to do was just get her home and have her sleep in her own bed and be surrounded by her friends, and it was just an answer to our prayers, honestly.
The tumor is gone, but Sarah is still dealing with a few physical challenges.
Hi! My whole right side was affected because the tumor was on the left side, so I can't reach straight. If you look at my arm, it's it'll shake, and then I have really bad balance.
But this avid volleyball and soccer player refuses to let anything stop her from a full recovery.
Whoa! Whoa!
We're glad everyone's healing and getting back to normal.
The Taylor Family Foundation turning around and helping us when we had been trying to help them. It was humbling. It was phenomenal.
It was just a big help.
We owe them so much, and we can never pay them back for what they've done for us.
It was a meant to be. It was a connect the dots. And I have said that from the first, just like me. It usually stems from what we're doing here at camp, is how we meet these families and how it happens. We're just really trying to help them get through the moment.
Because in that moment, it's that family. It's that family that needs us the most.
We'll introduce you to this Lafayette family who had such a moment with the Taylor Family Foundation's help, and how some sweet surprises
The cupcakes.
for this sweet survivor
Distracted by the cupcakes.
helped her family fight cancer. When our special Just Like Me continues in just a moment.
Hi everyone, this is Randy Mancini of Mancini Sleep World, proud sponsor of Just Like Me on ABC 7. All of us at Mancini's salute the work the Taylor Family Foundation does for children and families throughout the Bay Area. We're happy to be part of this special presentation.
Over the course of these 23 years, we've done this probably with 80,000 families in some way or another. Whether it's they come to camp, or we help them because they can't get their rent paid, or they need their funerals paid for their children or grandchildren.
It's called the Urgent Need Program.
We can step in and help. It's really something that we feel is a gift, but not like a gift that, oh, thank us for us. I don't want that. It's a gift to help them get through that pressure. I can't tell you how many times we hear about something and contact the families versus the families hear about us and contact us.
Like the Martinez family from Lafayette.
He was born at 11:32 p.m. on Tuesday, and by Friday, there was a social worker in the hospital telling me, this woman named Elaine Taylor called and she wants to know how she can help.
This is Esau, happy and healthy today.
Show us which way to go. Walk, Esau.
But 3 years ago, he was born critically ill.
It was a very traumatic delivery, and we were worried because he wasn't crying. They rushed him off to a corner. They started working on him. They said he was blue. He was without oxygen for a little bit. He was having seizures, had some abnormal brain activities. He could be in the hospital for weeks or months.
Esau ended up staying in the hospital for 6 weeks.
The day before we were discharged, I got a call from my coworker, and she said that the Taylor Family Foundation wants to give you a grant. And they asked, how much do you make in a month?
and we'll give you that much money.
Marty and Sarah Martinez both work at TaylorMade Water Systems out of Concord. That's the company Barry Taylor founded in 1998.
They knew who we were. We worked for the company. We volunteered at the foundation. It just blew me away. It allowed me to stay home with him for 4 more weeks than I planned and get that bonding time. It was like a prayer being answered that you weren't bold enough to ask for.
More people can feel more comfortable approaching because that's what we do. That's what it's here for this.
I think the camp programs are great and I love them and we will always do them, but helping people in that kind of stress, it's just a beautiful gift for them, for us, for everybody.
What do you think the secret is to making a good cupcake? Frosting?
Frosting.
This is Amira.
Why do you like to come to Miglets?
Because I love the cupcakes.
That's a good enough reason.
Her battle against leukemia began at age 3. Doctors say Amira won that fight as of 2012.
I'm a cancer survivor.
It's a really difficult battle emotionally, physically, financially. I know several families that Elaine and her foundation have touched in many different ways.
Amira and her family credit the Taylor Family Foundation for helping them through the toughest 3 years of their lives.
It was difficult. It felt like the Taylor Foundation was our family. They gave us numerous amount of resources. They made sure that she was well taken care of financially, emotionally. They were a wonderful support to us.
A social worker suggested the Hutchersons visit the Children's Cancer Group at Camp Arroyo since Amira was having such a hard time during treatment.
How sad. My hair fell out. I threw up. That's all I remember.
Elaine spotted Amira crying and asked her what was wrong. And Amira said, I wanted to ride the horsey. And Elaine said, well, they're all gone for today, but you know what? I'll make sure that you can ride a horse sometime soon.
Short of buying this little girl a horse, we need to get her into lessons. It was such a great thing because it got to happen during her chemotherapy and she had something to look forward to every week.
That really changed a lot for Amira because that was really at her lowest point. The treatment was taking its toll on her, and you know, it was like giving her a new lease on life.
Then came the day when doctors told Amira she was cancer-free.
For her, that kind of felt like that was her significant day. Around that time, Elaine Taylor offered to do a survivor party for her.
She's a cancer survivor. She's a bright, beautiful girl.
Thank you for shopping at Miglets.
Thank you for being here.
You asked me what the Taylor Family Foundation did for everybody. It gave people memories, and it gave them hope.
Music therapy brings hope to children living with life-threatening illnesses or life-altering conditions. The Taylor Family Foundation hopes to bring it to Camp Arroyo and take it on the road when our special Just Like Me continues.
Whether it's expressing feelings of anger on a set of drums or whether it's through writing songs, music will often open up so much more than just engaging verbally.
Her face just gets so bright, and she just, seeing her singing the songs that she sings, it's amazing.
One of your new programs that you want to have happen is music therapy for kids in the hospital and also to take it to camp and to a number of places.
So our goal, our hope with music therapy, number one, is to really give the kids a new, inspiring way to communicate. Number two is to get it out here to camp and have it as an additional program for the kids.
It lets them feel joy and hope, and it allows them to express themselves when they don't do that.
All the things that make me happy are
I'm happy.
I'm feeling happy today because
I'm not.
15-year-old Diana has been fighting a cancerous brain tumor since 2009, spending months at a time inside Children's Hospital Oakland for treatment.
being in one hospital for so long, I just think that it really wears on everyone.
We will rock you.
Music, art, play, dance, all of those things are as important if not more important than the role that the hospital plays as far as medically in their condition and in their recovery.
I know what the horse program does for the kids. I know what the ropes program does for the kids. But this music thing unlocked their brains.
For us, music therapy is another wellness program. It's another program that we can offer not only, the 3,000 campers we have here at camp, but also something we can take to the hospitals when the kids really are not well, when they need something in their life. And music therapy is going to be that piece.
The Taylor Family Foundation has joined a band of music therapy supporters to make that happen. It includes Children's Hospital Oakland and longtime foundation supporters in the music industry, Greg and Laura Perloff with Another Planet Entertainment. The Perloffs experienced the benefits of music therapy after it helped their son recover from a stroke in 2001.
There are children that have no speech. There are children in extreme pain. There are children with huge anxiety issues over what's being done. And music therapy really, really helps.
What Maya and the other people involved with music therapy do is they bring out these kids' abilities to improve at a much faster rate than they would without this program.
I think this is a very exciting collaboration and a perfect fit between the goals of the music therapy program here at Children's Hospital and those of the Taylor Family Foundation.
We use it in the grief camps a lot, and seeing the kids be able to talk to each other, use music as a vehicle to do that, it just, to me, it's probably one of the most important things we're going to add at camp in this next decade.
What do you need from the public?
Well, so of course it's all about funding, because it's always about that, but there's the instruments, and there's the cost of the music therapist, and there's the van to get the music therapist around when the music therapist isn't here. But like with everything else, we'll figure it out, we'll get the funds raised, and we'll make it happen.
Just like the Taylor Family Foundation has figured out how to help so many children and their families for more than 2 decades.
Thousands of families who are very grateful to you for what you've done.
And there are thousands of families that needed it. At the end of my life, when I look back on this Taylor Family Foundation, I will have a heart the size of a giant, I will have a head filled with compassion, and I will feel so lucky I met these families.
ABC 7's special presentation of Just Like Me, brought to you by Mancini Sleep World.